filled with action, adventure, but most of all, nonsense. But, that doesn't make it any less true. For Alice, as you know I'm sure, has been on these adventures before. Why, it wasn't long ago, or very far away for that matter, that she followed the rabbit down on her first adventure in Wonderland. Here we go. There she is, just as you remember her, only ever so slightly taller. She's fallen asleep while trying to do her homework. Shall we wake her? I think we shall. If you wouldn't mind repeating after me, please. Alice! Wake up, Alice!
Alice! Wake up, Alice!
Guys. Seriously. 100% effort. Alice! Wake up, Alice!
Alice! Wake up, Alice!
Oh dear, I must have fallen asleep. How silly of me. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of chess. I was doing so well earlier until that silly knight came through and stole my queen. I would like to be queen someday, and chess has seemed so much easier. You just need to hop across the board, get to the other side, and you get given a crown. Although, I do suppose it's a lot harder in the real world.
As she picked up and rearranged the pieces on the board, Alice caught her reflection in the mirror. In fact, it wasn't just her reflection that she saw, but that of the whole room.
Well, it's rather peculiar in here. Well, there is another room, much like this one, but the opposite all at once.
Before she could figure out quite what she was doing, Alice stepped through the looking glass. Then, she found herself in a world much like hers, only it was backwards. And while she'd often been warned of the dangers of wandering off, of course she wandered off anyway. After all, how many of you get to explore backwards worlds? Be honest, guys, not a lot. As she stepped outside of the house, she realized she was back in Wonderland.
I've been here before. I remember the castle and the gardens, but it isn't the same this time. Last time I nearly lost my head, and I definitely lost my mind with the hatter. I don't want to do that again.
No sooner had she stepped through the looking glass, she saw the pieces on the board begin to move. In fact, she thought she heard them speak.
Oh, my queen! Are you okay? Shall I help her roll us to her feet? Yes, do. You're wrinkled. Oh. It had to be them again, miss. It had to be. Once again, you have dishonored the red people.
Well, I declare it's you who disrespected us.
This is real war.
I dare say we are. Back to that, yeah?
What's that there? Can't seem to hear you.
I believe we just fell over. I think we were knocked, Mother. Surely not. I don't think anyone would knock us, would they?
I think I was falling.
Oh, not again.
Please let us, Father. Father, you know we're off again.
No! I most certainly did not. I think I was falling.
Oh dear, that was a long time ago now. How are you feeling, Toby?
A little shaken, Mother.
She's staring at me. How it? Goodness gracious me.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to knock you down.
Yes, well, these things happen, but I really should be going. Toby's in no position to begin, and His Majesty, the White King here takes such a long time to get ready.
Again? How lovely.
Yes, well, it would be, only that Red Queen makes things very difficult. Perhaps we shall see you later. Who are you exactly?
I'm Alice. I came through the looking glass.
Father, we have to go. Indeed. Well, I hope to see you at the party.
I do like a party. When is it?
At the end, of course. Ta-ta.
Well... Wait for me!
Alice tried to follow, but soon lost the White King and the White Queen, and found herself in the gardens of a palace. A garden filled with flowers. Flowers most unusual, for they were so much more grand and much larger than the flowers back at home. However, the more that Alice focused on what she could see, the less she could remember about the world on the other side of the looking glass.
You're all so beautiful. I have never seen flowers this large, or up this close. I should pick one to wear on my dress.
Ugh, she wants to pick us.
She shall do no such thing.
Impertinence of the girl.
Who said that?
I believe it was the daisies, my dear.
Oh, I am so sorry.
I should think so.
We don't make a habit of plucking young girls from the park, so you should just the same courtesy.
Quick, ladies, duck. It's those bees again.
You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and
Here we go, Bee. All the beautiful flowers, just like I told you.
Bees are no different with their petals all folded in. How will we ever eat?
What about the big blue one?
Blue one.
That's a funny sort of flower. Haven't seen one like that before.
I'm not a flower at all.
Well, you are in the flower patch. Surrounded by flowers. Waving your petals about.
Then what are you?
I'm spit it out. We haven't got all day, you know.
Honey doesn't make itself, you know.
I don't know. I know I'm not a flower.
Well then, what is your name?
Well, it's funny. I knew that I know it this morning.
Well, this morning was a very long time ago.
And dinner is a long time from now. Must be off.
Bee. Warned. Next time you stand in a flower patch, you could end up being stung.
You should be more careful.
Nice to meet you, I think. Have they gone? I think they have. I nearly lost my legs in front that time. You have to be more careful, Max. Yes, what with bees and bugs and rain clouds and rabbits.
I will do that from now on. Though I didn't know flowers could talk.
Well, of course we can.
But they never talk right.
Perhaps it's just they had nothing to say.
Do all flowers here talk?
As well as you can, and a great deal louder.
It's not very polite to just stand there and stare.
I'm sorry. I was just wondering how such beautiful flowers can have such a conversation.
Feel the ground, my dear.
It's hard as rock.
Exactly. Most people make a garden beds too soft.
And all the flowers just fall asleep.
Huh, I never thought of it that way.
I don't think you think it all.
It was then Alice realised the conversation was going around in circles. As she looked around the gardens, she saw a figure, someone far in the distance, but getting ever closer.
Is that another girl?
I suppose you could say she's not quite the same awkward shape as you.
No, she is redder.
And she has more thorns.
Where does she wear her thorns?
Why, around her head, of course. Here she comes. It is time for us to turn away, lest she pick us for her table.
Queen, look at all your beautiful darlings.
They do grow so well for you.
Indeed. I make them grow with the force of my personality.
We ought to pick some for the throne room, don't you think?
Queen, there seems to be a rather odd looking child in your flower bed.
There is. Oh, yes. There is. Well, get her out of there once! And who, pray tell, are you?
very beautiful Red Queen. Being queen is a tough job around here. To me, everyone is a no one. That would make things so much more easier.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Alice is always getting herself in these situations. Why, it wasn't too long ago, she almost lost her head arguing with the Queen of Hearts. Oh, and the Queen of Hearts. She's an absolute cupcake compared to the Red Queen.
I'm the Red Queen. Can't see why you think something to say. It's so sad times. Not so hard, is it? Now's the time to speak. I was just trying to see the whole garden. Garden? What is a wilderness compared to the gardens I have seen? But I thought if I could climb that hill over there, hill! That's hardly a hill. I have seen hills that make that look like a valley. Well, that is nonsense. A hill can never be mistaken for a valley because, well, it goes in the wrong direction. Nonsense. I have seen more nonsense before breakfast than you have in your whole. I was just trying to have a better look at any case. It looks like a chessboard from here, with the different squares and everything. Well, of course it is a chessboard. And I am the queen. Well, I would very much like to play. I suppose you can. You can be the White Queen's pawn. I saw Toby earlier, he's in no shape for a game. Someone pushed him off the table. That was an accident. Oh, never mind that now. Come along, push. Well, I'll make a very lovely pawn. But I would love to be queen. Queen? Well, in 8 spaces, you will be a queen. You start here in the second square. You get to move 2 spaces on your first go. That one very quickly. Okay. Then it is a 4th square. That square belongs to Tweedledum and Tweedledee. The 5th square is mostly water, and the 6th has Humpty Dumpty. What? You make no remark? I didn't know I was supposed to. Thank me for all my help. However, the 7th square is a forest. A nice shop here, and then it is the 8th square, and we shall be queens together, feasting and fun. Excuse me, ma'am. I should like to be queen also. Well, of course you would, my dear. Carry on dreaming. Thank you, my liege. You say no advice here. Speak in French when you're looking to offer in English. Turn out your toes as you walk, and remember who you are. Fancy? Oh, yes.
So, Alice finds herself a pawn in the Red Queen's chess match. She must play across the board carefully, as there will be others in her way. However, once she makes it to the 8th square, she shall be a queen.
I'll do my best. Blue flower. Yes, you. Oh, bees. I have to get a move on if I'm to become queen. Which is the way forward? Queen, you say? We could use a new queen bee around here. Not that sort. The kind that has people curtsying and wearing crowns. Ah, that sort. Follow us then. We'll lead the way.
And do buzz as you walk. It passes the time more quickly.
And so, Alice headed off at the start, speeding across the first 2 squares as the Red Queen said she would. Soon, however, she was upon a most peculiar pair, Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Here's one little front of our room.
All right, you take the left one.
Oi, don't touch my hair. Your hair, don't touch my bow. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that,
Yes.
so can a rat.
Anyone you can sing, I can sing higher. I can sing anything higher than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Anything you can buy, I can buy cheaper. I can buy anything cheaper than you.
50 cents.
40 cents.
30 cents.
20 cents.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can say, I can say softer.
I can say anything softer than you. Yes, I can. Yes, yes I can.
I can drink my liquor faster than a flicker.
I can drink it quicker and get even sicker. I can open any safe.
Without being caught.
Yes.
That's what I thought, you crook.
Any knot you can hold, I can hold longer. I can hold any no longer than you. Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes,
Yes, you can.
anything you can wear, I can wear better. In what you wear, I look better than you.
With my coat.
And your vest.
And my shoes.
And your hat.
You can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can say, I can say
I
faster.
can say anything faster than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
I can jump a hurdle.
I can wear a girdle.
I can knit a sweater.
I can fill it better.
I can do most anything.
Can you bake a pie?
No.
Neither can I. Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than
No,
you.
you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Excuse me. I said excuse me.
Oh, for goodness sake. You see, this often happens in Wonderland. But you see, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, they're two of the silliest members of the royal court. They're always bickering and arguing over things that really don't matter at all. If you ever want to see how Alice gets on, we'll have to get their attention, and quickly. So, if you wouldn't mind clapping after me, please. No, not working. All right, something different. How about this?
Oi, how are you then?
Yes, I'm not very sure at the moment, but I do know I need to get past the two of you.
Get past who then?
How are you calling her?
Hey, I'm not calling her. That is you. We're not speaking.
Oh, I see. That's how it's going to be then.
I really do need to pass. I'm going to be queen, you see. But why are you fighting?
Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting?
Why are we fighting?
That's very simple.
He broke my wrestle.
Wait, I know who you are. Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a battle. But Tweedledum said Tweedledee has fought his last rattle. But how did that rhyme? I can't recall.
Well, I'm sure you well. Think you'll find it ended quite badly, much like the oysters.
Oysters?
Yes, you know, in the story of the horse and the carpenter.
Did you want to hear about it?
I really should be going. I've quite lost my way and it's getting dark.
We can show you the way.
It's only if you listen to the story.
Okay, but do make it quick.
The sun was shining on the sea, shining with all his might. He did his very best to make the billows smooth and bright. But this was odd because it was the middle of the night.
The moon was shining sulkily because she thought the sun had got no business to be there after the day was done. It's very rude of him, she said, to come and spoil the fun.
The sea was wet as wet could be, the sands are dry as dry. You could not see a cloud because no cloud was in the sky. No birds were flying overhead, there were no birds to fly.
The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand. They wept like anything to see such quantities of sand. If only this were cleared away, they said it would be grand.
If 7 maids of 7 lots swept it for half a year, do you suppose the walrus said that they could get it clear? I doubt it, said the carpenter, and shed a bitter tear.
Oh, oysters, come and walk with us, the walrus did beseech. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk along the briny beach. We cannot do with more than 4 to give a hand to eat.
The eldest oyster looked at him, but never a word he said. The eldest oyster winked his eye and shook his heavy say he did not choose to leave the oyster bed.
But 4 young oysters hurried up all eager for the treat. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean and neat. And this was odd because, you know, they hadn't any feet.
4 other oysters followed them, and yet another 4. And thick and fast they came at last, and more and more and more, all hopping through the frothy waves and scrambling to the shore.
The walrus and the carpenter walked on a mile or so, and then they rested on a rock conveniently low, and all the little oysters stood and waited in a row.
The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing weights, of cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot and whether pigs have wings.
But wait a bit, the oysters cried, before we have our chat, for some of us are out of breath and all of us are fat. And hurry, said the carpenter, they thank you much for that.
A loaf of bread, the walrus said, is what we chiefly need. Pepper and vinegar besides are very good indeed. Now if you're already oysters there, we can begin to feed.
But not on us, the oysters cried, turning a little blue. After such kindness, that would be a dismal thing to do. The night is fine, the walrus said. Do you admire the view?
It was so kind of you to come, and you were very nice. The carpenter said nothing but, cut us another slice. I wish you were not quite so deaf. I've had to ask you twice.
It seems a shame, the walrus said, to play them such a trick, after we've brought them out so far and made them trot so quick. The carpenter said nothing but the butter spread too thick.
I weep for you, the walrus said. I deeply sympathize. With sobs and tears he sorted out. Those are the larger size. Holding his pocket handkerchief before his streaming eyes.
Oh, oysters, said the carpenter, you've had a pleasant run. Shall we be trotting home again? But answer came there none. And this was scarcely odd because they'd eaten everyone.
Well, I think I like the walrus the best, for he felt a little sorry for the oysters.
But he ate more than the carpenter.
Well, then I like the carpenter the best.
But he ate as much as he could get.
Well, then I just don't know.
Wait, who's that? He's the red king.
Don't mind him.
But he's sleeping. Do I leave him alone?
Isn't he a lovely sight?
I'm afraid he'll catch a cold lying here like that.
What do you think he's dreaming about?
No one could guess that.
Wait, about you!
About me? Surely not. Let's wake him and find out.
Don't do that. If he left off dreaming of you, where do you think you would be?
Why, where I am now, of course.
If that king did wake, you would go out. Just like a candle.
But I'm not just a dream. I'm real.
You won't make yourself better by crying.
Is that a broken rattle?
There's my rattle! You broke it!
No, but it's surely mine and you broke it.
Poor Alice was caught up with the noisy Tweedles, hoping the king didn't wake. Then came the sound of wings. Loud, buzzing wings. Alice raced away, looking back to see the bees chasing off the Tweedles in the middle of their battle. Though she had forgotten who she was, and now became afraid that she was no more than part of the Red King's dream, she could only carry on and do what she could remember. And what she could remember was this. If she got to the 8th square, she shall be a queen. And if she's a queen, she'd at least know who she was. Now we're going to have a brief intermission, about 10 minutes or so, and in the meantime, some lovely entertainment from Miss Butterfly overhead.
Yahoo!